Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Scarred Thumb Podcast. David back again on another beautiful Sunday. And today, we're going to be talking about my Steam replay, a year in PC gaming, 2025. Good morning, Deborah. Good to see you. We'll be going over, I played quite a bit of games on PC. It's probably the main thing I play on video games on nowadays. I have a Nintendo Switch and a Switch too, but I haven't been playing those games as much. I mean, really, if I'm going to play on something, I'd prefer to play it on the PC. It really is the best for playing games. Obviously, you get the power. If you're building stuff yourself, you can put in a pretty good graphics card that's going to last for quite a while. And of course, this helps you do stuff like stream. At least for me, I get to stream. I get to record videos a lot easier. And of course, navigate, doom scroll on Twitter, all that fun stuff that you can do. It's just so versatile. Why not? If you're going to put a decent amount of money into something, why not do it here? And of course, you have so many options. Just the freedom that you have. Like, a lot of these people that are small-time developers, they don't have maybe the time. You need to get extra support to make it compatible for a PlayStation or a Switch or an Xbox. You have to go through these certain channels, and it just seems a lot easier, at least in my experience, from what I've seen, to release stuff on Steam, on a PC. So you just have a wider variety of games. And of course, through emulation, you have such a backlog of games that you can get access to. It really is the ultimate gaming platform, I have to say. Despite the fact that I do really enjoy Nintendo games and Nintendo's console. So let's take a look here at the Steam replay. 30 games played. 3 more than last year. That's quite a bit. 24 games, 23 demos. I'm surprised how many demos I played, but it was fun. 2 play tests. You have lots of achievements. I've never been a big achievement guy, but I have 20 rare achievements. That's pretty good. I guess I'm not super surprised, but the fact that it was 24% with a keyboard and mouse versus 76% with controller is interesting. Because PC, usually I've played with a keyboard and mouse, but lately a lot of games I've been playing have been more either controller or a joystick, an actual fighting pad. So I could have had this really cool lineup here, but of course we got Uma Musume Pretty Derby. We got the gacha game here that I guess that kind of kills some of my gamer cred here that I'm playing gacha games. But Elden Ring Night Rain, really I'm trying to think what would be my game of the year, and it's kind of a toss-up between this and Silksong. When you have, but Night Rain is by the multiplayer. For me, it's either a really strong single-player experience, but you can't discount the fun of playing with people you enjoy. I always like playing video games with my brothers and my family, and Elden Ring Night Rain has been the go-to, the best game for that this year. So, it definitely gets a Game of the Year award for that. My Game of the Year for multiplayer. Playing with other people, it's got to go to Night Rain. It's been a lot of fun. It's very challenging. And I just like the overall format. There's, a lot of time pressure put on you while you're playing it. You have to keep going and going and going. And that really helps make it intense. The bosses are challenging, and you could lose 40 minutes of playing just to get to a boss and get wrecked. It sucks, but at the same time, that extra, it's really, that extra stakes, that high stakes that really make it so fun. Monster Hunter Wilds might be the biggest disappointment of the year. Prime 4 is up there. Maybe that's in contention with that. But I enjoyed the game. I didn't hate Monster Hunter Wilds, but it just, in terms of like how much I've enjoyed Monster Hunter in the past, to see that how westernized it is. I mean, you can see right on the cover this very masculine woman. They just westernize the entire feel of the game to appeal to a wider audience, and it really kind of ruins the sort of niche, eccentric type of feel that they had with Rise. They just threw it away in Wilds. Like I said, between like the woke storyline, but overall, it wasn't hard in any sense. I've said this before, but I had the most fun playing the demo of Monster Hunter Wilds that I did playing the actual game, because the funnest hunt for me was the Arkveld quest in the demo, where you only had 20 minutes. I was playing with my brothers. We failed at it like 3 or 4 times before we finally were able to beat it. And it was like a really challenging hunt. And you never got that same challenge in any hunt in Monster Hunter Wilds. And even when they release it, they don't like really release like the real like final boss as a thing. As an actual hunt. They slow drip a lot of the content. I haven't played it in a while. I know this Omega fight, this like Final Fantasy crossover, was supposed to be decently hard, but overall the game was not difficult, and it kind of spoiled a lot of the fun. Like Night Rain is just so much more fun to play with my family than Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, also Monster Hunter Wilds had a lot of connection issues, but it's just been so much more fun to play Night Rain for me, because Monster Hunter Wilds just doesn't present a challenge. There is no time pressure. You can take as much time as you want. It just doesn't have the same. It doesn't hit the same anymore. I think Night Rain really, really did a great job. In Monster Hunter Wilds, they just like simplified everything. They dumbed it down. They westernized it. So it was really disappointing to Monster Hunter Wilds overall versus like what I was expecting. Really, I guess that's the main thing. The disappointment isn't because the game's bad. It's competently done. The Monster Hunter formula is still there, so that's good. It's just a lot of stuff that they added didn't add to the game. You can make the argument that it subtracted from a lot of it. And the open world-ish nature of it really isn't open world. The environmental effects don't play a big factor, or really any factor, in the actual gameplay itself. There's just a lot of stuff that it wasn't gameplay that just didn't. You want these games to sort of be irritative, and build off each other. And this one felt like a step back. And of course, it also sold like a gazillion copies too, though. So it was like the breakout hit. Of course, I think a lot of their player base has since gone away. I know there was a article saying like, "Hey guys, come back to Monster Hunter Wilds." So I don't know if they consider it a success. I mean, they gotta consider it a success. Let me check SteamDB, because it sold like 10 million copies. It sold better than any other Monster Hunter ever. So it's like, why wouldn't they keep doing what they're doing? I mean, right now you look at the chart, you had all-time peak of 1.3 million players. Right now it's, at 100. So, I mean, they lost, over 10. Its player base is probably, versus the peak, it's probably, I can't do the math on it in the head, but it's almost like, it's less than 10% of what it was. And holy smokes, the reviews are super negative. The fact that it's sitting at this is pretty crazy. Overall, I don't know what the issue is, but I mean, I can kind of see the issues. I mean, the fact that it had so many connection issues, so many performance issues, that they just never resolved, I think really lost a lot of goodwill for taking so long with performance and the connection. I mean, I stopped playing it because like every time we'd play, there was some sort of disconnect in Monster Hunter Wilds. And at that point, it's just not fun. It's not fun if you can't play together with friends. That's the entire reason why I play Monster Hunter Wilds. Uma Musume Pretty Derby is a gacha game. I played it for a while, I think in July. It was a lot of fun, to be honest. I mean, these gacha games are fun for what they are. They're not good games in any sense, but they're fun for a while, and really you just end up burning out, though, really quickly. Once the loop, you just do the same loop over and over again and again. But I sometimes just sort of get in the mood to play a gacha game, so this was kind of like my yearly gacha game for the year. Let's take a drink here. Let's take a look at what else. How you compare. Let me see how I stack against the rest of the Steam community. I've unlocked, so what the Steam median's 11? I'm way better than these guys, I guess. 30 games, the median's 4. Longest streak was 21 days, the median's 6. Okay. I never liked the streak thing. Like, I'm not like, whoa, I played video games, PC games 21 days in a row. That's good, I guess. I don't see that that's relevant. Kind of a crazy statistic here is new releases. 71% of the games I played were new releases. I'm really surprised at just how many new games I played this year. But there was a lot of games that I quite enjoyed, to be honest. And we'll take a look at what those are. But, 9% classic games, recent favorites, had releases in 1 to 7 years. And people always say the stat, for only 14% of players play new releases. Of course, a lot of that is people playing live service games. People act like, oh, new games suck. New games just suck ass nowadays. And there's definitely some truth to that. But what they don't say is it's, people playing like Fortnite or Call of Duty or Counter-Strike. It's not like everyone's like flocking to these old classics, It's really just live service is taking up. Once people start playing a game, they get invested in it and just put all their hours into Dota. It's not like people are like really enjoying these super amazing games as well. I mean, if you like Dota, if you like Call of Duty, I mean that's stuff, for you. Actually, I think there was a stat. I don't know if I have the actual bookmark ready, but there was a stat that kind of like gave you just how much, what was the most played on Steam in terms of like player hours. And when you look at it, you realize it's just all live service. Really, with the exception of like a few other 1 or 2 titles kind of thrown in, it's all live service. So what do you expect? That's just how gaming is. There's a reason live service is so popular, but the sort of monkey's paw is that you have to be like the absolute best. There's only room at the top for so many live service games before they start competing with each other. So you're in a really, really competitive market. Hey, good morning, X-Runner. Good to see you. What kind of games? Souls-like, hunting, Metroidvania is really high. 2D platformers. I do like 2D platformers. Farming sim, shoot 'em ups. Not super high on that. Of course, their playtime for shoot 'em ups always seems less. You don't need as much to sort of get what you want out of them. Elden Ring Night Rain is probably my most played game of the year. Which, I mean, it's a very good game. Played a lot in June. And, regularly as they came with new updates, came back to it, played it. Like I said, it's kind of like my go-to game to play with my brothers. Played quite a bit in December. Really enjoyed the new updates. They had the Scholar. They had their DLC drop, so I've been playing it quite a bit since then. Reverent. There we go. Monster Hunter Wilds. Played it a lot in March, and then just dropped it. I mean, you can kind of see the difference in charts in terms of how I've been enjoying the game. This game I came back to. This game I did not. It's like March, and then play like once or twice in these other, and since then I've just completely dropped it. It just, you got what you want out of it. Went through the story, played it quite a bit when it first came out. It just hasn't really kept me occupied. It just, to me, the connection issues was probably one of the biggest things, but compared to Night Rain, it's just not as good. It's just not as fun to play. Musume Pretty Derby, like I said, I'll get, like, once per year, I'll get the urge to play a gacha game. It's just, it's dumb fun. They're not good in any sense of the word in terms of design, but they are fun. They're got, good character design. They're just really kind of cozy in a sense of playing it. And 100% in July, I got into Musume Pretty Derby and then dropped it completely. That's kind of what you have. That's kind of what happens. If you don't stay on top of the game, then you fall behind. You're not getting the good pulls. It's just too hard to keep up with, and it's not worth it. And of course, Hollow Knight Silksong, probably my game of the year if we're talking about single player games easily. It's just so well designed, so beautiful. In terms of just the quality of everything in this game, enemy design, it's so good. They just did such a good job with it. Team Cherry, amazing. Mostly played in September, a little bit on October. I really do need to get the true ending to it. Do Act 3. I need to come back and finish that, which I probably will do. I mean, they got the DLC coming, so I'll probably pick it up when that comes out and play it again. I will say, like, if you could say one thing bad about Silksong, it is Act 3 is a bit of a slog. You have to go around a lot, and like back and forth. I mean, that isn't what a Metroidvania kind of does, but to me, it does get a little bit hard. It gets a little bit boring after a while. You're just back and forth. Let me explore this little crevice, and let me explore this. It's not very tight. It would be, I could kind of see the criticism, and I think it is valid, that make the true ending a little bit tighter, a little more intense in terms of like boss, like you're heading to this boss, and it's a challenge. The people complaining about runbacks are completely stupid. Complaining about the challenge, they're casuals. It's not a valid argument. This game was not hard enough in a lot of ways. I haven't done all of the challenges, but stuff like the first Sinner, that was a really good fight. Overall, it's a really fun game. You could tell that they put a lot of effort into the enemy designs in this game, and it shows. It's just really good. Can't recommend this game enough. Though I would say if you want to play it, you should probably play the game Hollow Knight first. And if you enjoy that, because this is definitely harder than Hollow Knight. And that's it's kind of like a tutorial. Hollow Knight, them describing Hollow Knight as a tutorial for Silksong is definitely true. So, and you could probably get Hollow Knight for like crazy cheap and then play Silksong once you're done with it. Fields of Mystria, played that in November. Sometimes I just have a urge to play a cozy game, kind of cozy, laid back, less intense game. You have the intensity here in September, a little bit of October of Hollow Knight Silksong. Well, in November I wanted something a little more laid back, and that's what Fields of Mystria. I didn't want to play Stardew Valley again, so I went with gayer Stardew Valley, which is what Fields of Mystria is. Maybe it's a little bit dismissive to describe it as that, but I don't know if Fields of Mystria really does anything dramatically different to set itself apart from Stardew Valley. And right now, it isn't a complete game. They don't have the marriage options. They don't have children. So they really need to kind of finish it. But it's not bad for what it is. It's not bad. I haven't really, right now, I kind of stopped playing. I had finished going as far as I could in the mine. So I've kind of had the best tools. Right. All that's really left to do is kind of keep romancing, I guess, the females in in the village, get all of their hearts up, I guess, or get the hearts up for like everybody, and maybe unlock new stories. But that stuff's kind of boring and repetitive, so I'm just kind of waiting. Maybe they'll come up with an update. I'll pick it up again. It's not a bad game, but it's also not like, I think Stardew Valley is probably just if you haven't played Stardew Valley, I'd recommend Stardew Valley over this. Playtime in a month, lots of stuff in March, but I guess that's mostly Monster Hunter. A bit of Chrono Trigger too. Oh, I gotta get to that. Chrono Trigger also. Ton of like different games. Elden Ring, Uma Musume, Silk Song. August, not a lot here. A lot of like smaller games. October, I barely played any. I wonder what October what I was playing. I might have been playing Pokemon. I think a lot of these dips is me playing Switch games. Fields of Mysteria. Oh yeah, Chrono Gear. I gotta get to this. It has the mine update coming in January. Okay, cool. So I might pick it up and see if I can get down in the mines. Most playtime was with the controller. Like already Okami. I personally think it's really liked, and they have the second game coming out. I found Okami to be boring. It's like a worse Zelda, Ocarina of Time or something like that. Very Zelda-like. Cool visuals. I don't think a controller works super well for drawing stuff, but that's me. Okami overall kind of disappointed with that. Played a lot of demos. April Grove is very simple, and like it's a $2 game, the full release. If you want something that just like take up time, it's kind of cutesy looking, and you just want to like have like a brain dead game to play. It really is like a little like grind game where you cut down trees. Pretty fun. Toe Makasai 3 was a lot of fun. Played the demo of that. I'm played the full version too. I really need to play it on harder stuff, but if you want to like get into a shoot 'em ups and try something, I'd recommend it. It's pretty easy overall. If you want to like go for a 1cc, they've got a lot of like easy options to sort of ease you into the game. I really like hard. Doesn't seem that hard to me. So like I need to like try and go to something a little bit harder. Conjunctivisor was pretty interesting game. I'm looking forward to the release of this. But they're kind of messing with some stuff. I don't know if they got great feedback. It is kind of an odd game because you have to you really need to level up enough to do enough damage to kill the boss. So that's kind of different from other shoot 'em ups. So you really have to focus on that, getting enough damage before the game just kills you, which I don't think is a bad design. Though I do think they need to be a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? They need to communicate it, the fact that you're running out of time to the player. I don't think they do it. Alabaster Dawn, really looking forward to the full release of this game. Looked really cool. Death in Abyss was super hard. Really, really hard. So it's just one of those games that I think could be a lot of fun, but they're very simple. It's very simple in terms of, you have one arena, that not a lot changes. And they just it's a arena kind of shooter, and they just beat you with enemies, just constant, really intense gameplay. But I just didn't feel like I wanted to I could in order to beat it, you really have to bash your head against it and keep playing. And I just wasn't in the mood to do it. So I'm not going to play the full release. I might come back to it. I feel like there needs to be another game, an easier game to play to kind of ease you into it, because even from the start they beat your ass. Playtest Monster Hunter Wilds, longest streak. Let's just kind of go in the timeline, and we'll go over the games and how I felt with them. Let me take a drink first. Lethal Company, man, classic. Really invented this sort of, I don't know if it invented, but it's where the friend slop game really took off. I mean, this inspired 50,000 clones. Its success inspired 50,000 clones of it. One of which I played, but really fun game. to play with friends. By yourself, probably not. Simple graphics. I mean, just a crazy success story of one guy at some point, outselling Call of Duty. A $10 game. I think it's probably less, or you could probably get it even cheaper. Just really cool. It is a fun game overall, though. I mean, the fact that you have like random enemies, and the fact that the enemy designs are pretty good with this game, because they release them randomly, but the fact that each enemy kind of does something different, you get these combinations of enemies that can be really, really difficult to deal with, where you have one enemy, this like coil head. You have to look at him, or he comes at you and kills you almost instantly if he reaches you. So you have to have someone like look at him at all times to stop him from coming at you and killing you. But you can also have enemies that threaten you. There's another enemy called the Bracken that tries to sneak up behind you and snap your neck. So you have to try and look at this guy while also like, oh, is there a guy trying to sneak up behind me? Or, we have some enemies that just come at you like a spider, or some of these where you have to like hide and not move. A lot of like interesting combinations that can make the game very difficult. It's a simple game, but very fun. Gravity Circuit was a kind of Mega Man-like game inspired by Mega Man. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Played it in January. Beat most of it. But it's a good challenge. Honestly, like when I saw the new Mega Man come out, I'm like, honestly, like Gravity Circuit, or there's so many other Mega Man clones that seem to be doing stuff that's interesting and fun, that it's to the point where the Mega Man like 12 looks kind of boring to me. Like, why not play a game like Gravity Circuit? I think there's so many other games at this point that are doing stuff that's interesting and looks different. I mean, Mega Man 12 just looked really generic, and there just wasn't anything there. I'm like, whoa, this is new. So I'm not really looking forward to Mega Man 12, especially since I think the game's going to be probably going to be like $40. I don't know what they're going to if they release it for the price of a full game. It's going to be a disaster. I don't know how well it's going to sell. Maybe it will sell, but it's going to be totally uninterested in that if they go down that line. Like 3D, why make it 3D? I don't know. That's beyond me. But Immortal Manual, kind of a fun Toho game, really cheap fan game. Same thing with I actually didn't play this game. I tried to play it, then like there were some issues with the controllers. I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I'll come back to it later. That's one of the downsides of some of these games, is especially like the Chinese fan games. They don't always have the best compatibility with hardware. Star of Providence is a game I probably didn't give enough time to, but seeing like some of the stuff that other players, seeing like really good players playing and unlocking, there's a lot there. If you like shoot 'em ups, if you like kind of the roguelike dungeon crawlers, it does seem like a really good game. I don't think it's very expensive either in terms of cost. I think it's under $20 now. Star of Providence. Let me look it up. Steam. Save $20. You can get it for $12 on Steam here. Yep, $12 right now. It does seem like a really cool game. Like, it kind of combines dungeon crawling. It's like top-down Zelda, Zelda 1. Combine that with shoot 'em up mechanics. Add in like some roguelike elements. So, you do runs. You get randomly generated rooms and bosses. It is a really solid game. I think a really well-designed game, too, that's kind of different. Roguelike has been done to death, but this at least feels different. Let's see, Mortal Manual, already talked about that. Gal Guardians, I found that to be kind of boring. Lilac Zero, I need to play. It's just one of those shoot 'em ups that it's in the queue. It's in the backlog. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play it at some point. Rot Schwartz, I found awful. The graphics suck. I thought the design of the thing sucked. But so not interested in coming back to play that. Replay Chrono Trigger. Man, Chrono Trigger still holds up. It's still an amazing game. And when you go back and play it, the fact that I can almost like 100% it in 20 hours just shows how much bloat we've gotten in RPGs nowadays. Like between cutscenes and dialogue and video, those games take so long. The fact that Chrono Trigger was just like sprite animation, it was just dialogue. You had that cart that could only fit so much, and they just jammed that thing full. You know, there wasn't a giant world to explore that took you forever. There wasn't mini games. I guess there was probably is some mini games in there that I didn't bother playing, but they're just so it's so good. It's so good, and it really shows the restrictions really helped make this game something special, because they just had to do what they could, and the sprites are just fantastic. I mean, really, the height. Chrono Trigger is probably the height of, the Square Enix sprite-based games. It just, it's so good. It is so good. Toriyama, rest in peace, with the character designs. Just amazing. Amazing game. Repo, like I said, when I mentioned Lethal Company, Repo, very much like Lethal Company. Part of the era of the friend slop era, which has become so popular nowadays. Like this genre of like, hey, play with your friends. You can stream it. There's a monster. Let me scream into the microphone. Look out. It's very similar to Lethal Company. I don't think it's quite as good in terms of the feel. The enemies are very similar, it feels like, to Lethal Company. I just don't think it kind of the fact that you have to like carry stuff and like put it in. You have to be very careful with how you position your items, because that affects how much money you get. It would be like an interesting thing, but an interesting difference between Lethal Company. But overall, I don't know if it makes it more fun. It's just kind of annoying in a lot of ways, being able to pick stuff up, and the fact you have stats in this, I don't like that. You have to like level up, and you can basically, as you level up your stats, you can kill enemies or quite easy. And it's almost in some ways like it's easier to play as a single player run, because you get all the upgrades yourself. I don't know if they've rebalanced it since I played, but not as a good game, not as good as Lethal Company in my opinion. I played this Unreachable Orthoboro. Oh, you pronounce this. The Unreachable One Year Border Dem. It was all right. Again, another like Toho fan game. Seems pretty fun. I never played the full version of it. I assume it like released at some point, but it's not as good, Rise, I think I played it just to prove how bad Wild was, or maybe I played this in anticipation of Monster Hunter Wilds. That was it in the timeline. Gunvein, great game. I think I did this to get the normal clear. It's just a lot of fun. Kill Knight 2 was a lot of fun. Just like a kind of really like arena. If you just want something and you just want to like have some action and have some fun, it's not complicated in the least. I guess maybe it is complicated overall, like to be successful in the game. But this was a lot of fun. I really didn't play it as much as I should have. But it is a blast to play. And it's one of those games you can put down and pick up and have fun with whenever you want. Okami, like I mentioned, kind of overall pretty boring. Fubuki, Monster Hunter Wilds already mentioned, my disappointment. This was Fubuki. It looked like a cool game. Overall, I just don't think it was well made. The basics are there, just the polish and detail are missing from it. It needs to be a little more refined in terms of the enemy design. The actual like combat, the moves of the character are pretty good. I just didn't think the bosses or the enemies were all that interesting. Nitro Express, I quite enjoyed. Really a really great art style. Visual design was fantastic. I thought the story was actually quite cute and fun. It's quick. It's a quick game. My only big complaint with it is I feel like they dropped the ball in terms of replayability. If they actually added in a scoring system of some sort, if they kept track of your high score on this stuff or added like a time trial, it just needed something there. They needed something to encourage you to play more, because it seems like this is a really fun game to play over and over again. You know, play through the stages, see if you can get your best clear. So they needed something more, because right now all the score does is like give you money. It's not an interesting scoring system, and they needed something else to really improve the playability of the game. But it is like a game that if it went on sale for cheap, I would definitely recommend it. It already was cheap. Let me see, Nitro Express. Let me look at Nitro Express on Steam. 30% off right now. It's only $9. I like the fact that it has a mixed reviews. People really didn't like the game. I really enjoyed it. It feels rough, lag. I mean, the lag issue to me isn't. This is one of these games where I really dislike. Really disagree with people. I mean, the fact that like the roll itself isn't quick is part of the game design. Like you need to have commit where you actually have to commit on. You have to commit to the your actions. Bad controls. Enemies move quickly. You move slow. You're made of paper. I mean, these people just suck. I mean, this is a game that like it's getting pillared for stuff that has like zero relevance. It's just like people suck at the game. They thought it was like a cute anime game, I guess, but it was actually difficult. I thought it was quite fun, but I said my only issue with the game was the fact that you don't have something to keep you playing it. I don't even know if it has I don't think it even has achievements either. But I did beat that game. Night Rain, played that a lot, tons of fun. Really enjoyed Night Rain. Mushihime Sama, I played a little bit. Just a really great game to play. Let's go in. April Grove, like I said, I played this game. It's fun if you just want to like. The entire game is cutting down trees. There's no combat. It's just trying to cut down, almost like Cookie Clicker. You have to cut down trees. You get upgrades to cut down trees faster, and that's about it. You have the Game Boy like GBA style graphics that Color Grave is known for. Color Grave is actually a pretty cool studio. Prodigal is a game they made as well, and you can get these games for like $2. Like April Grove was $2, Prodigal's $2, and actually it's a really fun. It's a really fun sort of like Zelda. If you wanted something, Zelda 2, for the Game Boy Advance, not Zelda 2, but Link's Awakening, kind of something on that level. Prodigal, you can once it's on sale, it's like $2, which it might be on sale right now for $2. Let me see. And I've actually heard that it has a really big end game content. So 90% off, it's $1.50. So, I mean, how can you go wrong with that? It's a pretty solid game for that price. Played a few demos. I really liked Chrono Gear. Played the full version of that. Unlocked all the achievements. Ragebound. I didn't play the full version of the game. I've heard some complaints that it's like too easy, which I can see that. Oko the Exiled, I thought this was kind of like a fun Metroidvania. When I played the demo, it wasn't like, almost felt like a little slow. I played a lot of demos this time. I think they had like one of their like Next Fests Urban Seek and Slash, probably the worst game I played this year. Really trash, but it's like some guy that can't make games trying to make games. Actually, let me take it back. Trucks and Extreme was the worst game I played this year. One of those vertical shmups that horizontal. I found this to be ultra trash. Cleared Hot was a lot of fun. Platypus Reclayed. I really want to come back play this game, but there's so much other stuff to play. Really cool looking game. Cleared Hot was really fun. Didn't like Blast Rush LX all that much. Twilight Parade. This was whatever. Not as good. Blaze the Storm. I enjoyed. Momo Crash was like a rhythm game where you crush stuff between these girls crush stuff between their thighs. It seemed pretty fun if you're into rhythm games and you want something that's quite a bit different. Peak I hated. Friend Slop, absolutely hated playing it with played it a lot with my brother. With my brothers, really hated it. It's just it's so janky in terms of like we have to scale the stuff. And you get random, like you can go down, around these cliffs. You just can't even see what's going on half the time. I guess there is like a lot of like working together and climbing the mountain. But if you die, there's so much downtime. You're talking like 30 minutes of downtime before you're revived again. And why would I want to play a game like that? I was playing Uma Musume on my phone while I was dead in Peak. It just wasn't that good. Let's see if there's some new Tori 3D. Oh my god. I did play a bit of Hollow Knight. It was classic getting ready for Silksong. Really good game. Tori 3D is a lot of fun if you just want like a little platformer. That's kind of like Sonic-ish. This is another game that's like $2 that you can get for $2. If you want a fun little like $2 game, there's a lot of fun little like $2 games, little like micro games that you can just play for like $2 and have a day of fun playing. And Tori 3D is like one of them. It's amazing how many of these games there are out there when you look. I already mentioned Conjunctivator. Fortunately, Dawn of War Definitive Edition looks like a lot of fun. It's just they had a bug when I played it that the zoom scroll, the panning scrolling with your mouse at the edge of the screen wasn't working. So if you had two monitors, your mouse would just go off into the second monitor and it wouldn't scroll on your screen. That really ruined it for me, playing it, because how are you supposed to play a game if like the main way I control the screen, pan the screen, doesn't work properly? So I think they fixed it. I just haven't come back to it yet. Dawn of War, my favorite RTS of all time. No complaints. I just don't know if I need to come back and start playing the Definitive Edition again. It is a lot of fun. Silksong, Game of the Year for single player. And of course, Night Rain, Game of the Year for multiplayer. Just September was a great year for stuff. Same thing with October. This game was really good too. I just haven't had a chance to play it enough and get work on some harder clears. Love the art style of this game. A lot of fun. I don't know if I like the extra stage. One of my only complaints, I thought the extra stage was kind of goofy. They do a lot of like experimenting rather than like just having bullets come at you. They have like you restrained, or you have to like go into a bubble. They try and do a lot of different stuff with the bullet patterns. That one of the things I liked about Touhou was it was just a dodging type of thing. I don't like some of the other bullet patterns, but I kind of see the reason you need to do that in order to make the game work. They need to have something to change it up. I get it. I just don't like I don't like it as much. Let's see. I've already talked about Fields of Mysteria, gayer, Stardew Valley, but still fun. Chrono Gear Warden of Time, I thought was an excellent If you want a platformer with a side of combat, Chrono Gear Ward of Time, it's a really fun platformer. Really fun to like play over and over again and try and get, the lowest time on it. Getting the timer clear under 3 hours was a lot of fun. Some of the stages I was going to do a review of this game. I probably still should at some point. I watched the entire dev playthrough of this, and it was kind of enlightening to see how he approached it. He really made a game that he wanted to make a game accessible to like everybody, because it is kind of made for VTubers. So you're going to have women playing the game, and he wanted to make it easy enough that women could, play and clear it. I mean, VTubers are not super good at playing games. They're chicks after all. So you got to do that. But between like the time rush, really, the speed running aspect of it still makes it pretty fun and pretty challenging to get a good time on it. Well done. And the fact that they made it in 2 years is pretty amazing. Fight and Rage, I need to get a 1cc on this. Really solid and cool beat 'em up. Definitely look forward to playing it again. But it was a lot of fun. Like I said, Alabaster demo. I look forward to playing that, the full version of that. Windswept, didn't enjoy that. I thought this was kind of boring. It's like a precision platformer. The first game I've ever returned, after playing through an hour, I thought, $17 was just too much to keep. I wanted my money back for it, and I did get it. Neon Inferno was a lot of fun. I'm still trying to beat that. Was playing it last night, actually. It's a really fun shooter, like a 2D, but there's also, I think they call them Cabal-likes. It's based off an old game called Cabal, where you have to shoot in the background, but they also like shoot in the foreground too. It's pretty difficult, and if you play it on hard mode, which I have been trying to get the clear on hard mode, but it is a lot of fun. The style of the game is really great. Sprite breaks graphics, cyberpunk aesthetic, very cool. Just an overall really cool game. Lots of fun to play. Battle of Belgium. Played that demo. It sucked. Do not recommend. This design, the look, even like the graphics, which are kind of the high point of it. Overall, kind of boring. Of course, in December, the only games I've played online have been Night Rain. Lots of fun. And, of course, Neon Inferno. I've been mostly playing finished Prime 4 this month. And I'm overall disappointed a bit in Prime 4. But, it is what it is. I'll have more thoughts on it later. I might do a review on Prime 4 too. It is just kind of sad. But we're talking about PC games this year. But I mean, when you think about new games that came out this year, they're really good. Like I mentioned, it's like 71%. Neon Inferno is a blast. Night Rain, lots of fun. Touhou Madoka Sai is really good. Chrono Gear, really enjoyed it. That came out this year. Silk Song, just a masterpiece of a game. Let's see. Wilds, kind of a disappointment. That came out this year, but still a solid game. Let me see what other new games I played this year. Released this year. Nitro Express, I really enjoyed. I'm surprised this game gets so much hate. I thought the game was really fun. I think people that saying it's bad as laggy controls just suck at the game. Let's see. I don't think Kill Knight didn't come out this year. Repo, I think, came out this year. Wasn't a lot of fun, in my opinion. Star of Providence was a very good game. I mean, there's so many good games that came out this year. If I'm correct, view store page. Let's see. Yeah, this was released in. It was 2017. Really, is it that old? I thought it was released. Maybe it's been in early access. I don't know. I felt like it just came out. But we'll see. I'm surprised it's that old. I thought it was newer. I could have sworn it came out, but maybe it just got released by Donkey, or Big Mode kind of released the final version of it. No, it was released in June 7th. Wow. So I guess maybe they've been working on it for a long time. Let me go back here. How do I go back? Oh, here we go. So maybe that isn't a new game. Uma Musume, I wouldn't say is a great game, but it's fun for what it is. Gravity Circuit didn't come out this year, but Lilac Zero, I played the demo. It was quite fun. I haven't played the full version. I think it's going to be enjoyable too. There's a lot of good games that are still coming out, despite the complaints that some people will have. I mean, if you're just looking at AAA, there's a lot of stuff to criticize. And a lot of that criticism is valid. But if you look deeper, then you can find games that are just a lot of fun, and they're like $15. They're $15 games that you can just play and enjoy. I mean, how can you beat that? You just need to look harder. You need to look harder. I just don't get it. I don't get why people don't like some of these games. Like, why do people not enjoy Nitro Express? I think it's actually one of the few games I played that I played with mouse and keyboard. People are just bad at the game. This is like one of the downsides to just a really great style. What's the dodge button? I forgot I forgot my roll button is. What's my roll button? Oh, I see. I just need to hit down and dodge. I'll just deploy. Wait, can you guys hear this? Oh, I think you can. Yeah. Wait, can you not see what's on my screen right now? No, you guys can't see what's on the screen. How do I pause this game? Sorry about that. I was gonna play this game and then let's see. Testing. All right, there we go. People just hate ads, which is a sad thing. Oh yeah, I forgot I got flamethrower. Hell yeah. That's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But again, they don't... They have this score, this bonus. It's just related to, like, look, there's no, what's my high score in this? You know, what's my high score? Where did I take the least amount of damage, or all that stuff. What's like any sort of record of the fastest clear that I got in this game, because it is fun to play, and then like to see people just bash it over like completely irrelevant stuff is sad to see. Because it is a fun game. Destroy flying companions. It's like a fun little like. How do I skip quick over it? Boom. That's a downside. The second you have like. Seems like they really added in more. They add more ads? Am I crazy? I mean, it's cool if they do. People just don't like when you have this level of action on the screen. They don't like it. I might have made this game better since I played it. I'm just shooting people like crazy. What are my cats doing? My cats want to fight. Yeah, exactly. Star rating something. They had something. Give me S rank. Give me A rank. But which is sad because like so much of this, like when you even like look at this mission select screen is really cool. It has so much style to the game, or even like MASH. I mean, this is kind of dumb, but you get extra stuff for extra money for doing this, which I don't need anymore since I've gotten everything. But it could have been so much more, and they kind of it feels like they just didn't go that far enough at least to really enjoy it. And then you see like the people that hate it. It's just not the type of thing that they'd enjoy or appreciate anyway. So why try to appeal to them? I don't know if they really were trying to appeal to them, but at least appeal to the people that want to play a game like that. Want to play like an arcade style game with score. With repetition, playing for the repetition of it. That's where I think the main thing it fails, but overall, just a lot of fun. Really fun game to play. But I guess that's it. That's it for my year in Steam reviews. Like I said, I mean, you look at the stat. If people are telling you there's no fun games to play on PC, they're definitely wrong. Even people that say there's no good new games are bad. I mean, there's a lot of issues in the industry, but there's a lot of fun games that came out that are a lot of fun. I mean, 71% of new releases. I don't know if it tells me which ones were new releases or not. Was that which one of those 71% were new releases? Maybe not, but just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So many good games out there. For Holding Out Hope. I'm not sure what Scramble Vice is. The Scramble Vice. Kind of a cool art style. It's supposed to be like a mech game. It's like I think I've seen some previews for this. Yeah, because I've seen that chick on. I post that the girl on. It's like, this is what gamers want, type of stuff. It does look like a lot of fun. They got a lot of enemies out here. Cool art style. Ooh. Got tits. I mean, hard to go wrong with this. I'll have to add it to my wish list. I mean, look, I like the advertising for this. Have a great summer. Got a winter late. Leaning into this style of marketing. I have no problem with that. It's always fun. I guess it has no planned release date, but it does look cool. Now, there's, like I said, if you look outside, like what you're gonna find on the front page of IGN, where's the game? Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But yeah, it's gaming still. There's a lot of high points. There, you get definitely low points too. But overall, just really, really good. I mean, like, I'd say the games that were like big disappointments, Monster Hunter Wilds, Metroid Prime 4 this year was disappointing. But overall, just really surprised. I mean, Night Rain, I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. Really good. I mean, Silk Song was exactly what I thought it would be, and probably better than what I expected to be. It already had high expectations for it. Just a wonderful. Okami kind of sucked. But there's been a lot of really great games to play. Like Gravity Circuit was super fun. Not a new game, but lots of Star of Providence was quite good. A lot of just really good games, enjoyable games to play that don't waste your time. I don't have to play for 50 hours. I can pick it up. I can play it. I can drop it. Just super, super fun. How can you not like video games? How can you not like them? But I guess we'll end it here, guys. So 2025 been very good to me in terms of video games. I can't complain. So we'll end it here. Hopefully 2026 is also going to be a lot of fun too. But stick with me as we enjoy another year of gaming in PC. But that's it, guys. Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll be back next. Let's see. I'm sure I'll be back next Sunday. So I'll wish you a happy New Year then. But a happy New Year if I don't see you. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a wonderful Sunday, guys. Goodbye.